And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another show, Line Youth Police, the Line You. We have every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on Lucky 1340. The number to call if you want to call in to participate in today's show is 340-774-1340. Again, we welcome your calls because that's what we do. We connect with the community. The police is just as strong as you, the community as well. So we have to, of course, develop that relationship. And of course, today is May 15th. Man, we're moving so fast. This is the second week already. We got 2 more weeks before we go into hurricane season, guys. We have a full house in the studio tonight. But again, Captain Colbourne, how you doing today?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. I took this week off, but as you see, I really haven't taken it off because I'm here. I'm dedicated. This is what I do. I love it. And I could not because we have a full house online and on the phone. We have a total full house. We're going to get some good educational stuff. Is that me? Am I ringing? Okay. Yes, our listening audience, you are going to be fed a lot of information today. You know how our show is. We just don't come on just to talk. We come on to educate and also to put a lot of different skills and things in your toolbox that you can utilize each and every day. So I have to really thank Dr. Sharon Jackson McDonald. I met her when we did and we're still doing it. We work closely with Housing Authority, and one of the things that we focus on is wellness of our community. I met her at one of the events at Oswald Harris Court, and from then it was like she understood the importance of partnering with different agencies and everybody's working together to get things done, because we tend to work separate and not really effectively giving that bang for your buck. So she has the same idea that I have, like what Chesterfield have, and she brought a lot of people with a lot of knowledge to talk to you today. So I would like to say, Dr. Sharon Jackson McDonald, thank you for being here. And she is part of the Access and Visitation Program, the administrator at the Department of Justice, the Paternity and Child Support Division. And that is really an important division within our community. And to see that they have created a lot of different programs that can help people within the community is awesome. She has over 40 years of experience in social work and is passionate about working with families and children, just like Chesterfield for umpty of years. Mm-hmm. She is the founder of Sister to Sister and Sister Women Organization in the Virgin Islands, a National Association of Social Worker member. In addition, she is a monthly Reentry Action Group member and collaborates with many organizations in the Virgin Islands community, to include the Virgin Islands. I was there, and I'm happy that they're here because I saw the reentry program that they have. And I've been saying this for the longest, and we have the ladies in here, and I think we're going to have a male representative, I believe, come. We're hopeful that happens. But the one thing we have to remember, and I've been in this police department for 35 years, and the one thing that we have to make sure we understand, when a person is incarcerated, someone has to prepare them to re-enter into the community. Ensure that all the different things that this person needs, that when they return to the community, they don't feel like they're left wheel and they're lost. And I'm so happy that we have a program that is doing that. That is why they're here, and there's many other things that they're going to present to you. But that's a little snippet of Dr. McDonald. We have, and I'm going to continue going through their thing because I'm not going to read all of this because it's going to get boring. But Dr. McDonald, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and I'm going to introduce everyone, and then we're going to just in between talk about the stuff that they have been doing. Okay, so we also have Janice Thomas and Doctor. Okay, but still important. She's here in the house, and she's here again with Paternity and Child Support Division. We have here Dr. Susan McGrath, and I've worked in many different on many different committees with her. Project Safe Neighborhood. She's been there with Sunshine Rotary. She's there everywhere I see myself. She's there.
Mm-hmm.
So she understands the importance of getting involved. So thank you for being here. We have Dr. Sandra Garson. Sorry. She is on the phone. Correct? Okay. Again, you're going to hear a lot from these wonderful individuals that is presenting this evening. Catherine Jensen. Okay, hello, sorry. No problem. We can all be corrected. Aretha Defoe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she's here because she is one of the individuals that came through the program. And if anyone can really tell you the impact, and the impact I saw when I went to correction for several in-house sessions, I saw how important those sessions were, the information that was given to them and how it was given to them. So you have a person who I know is going to tell you how I felt. I felt high. I felt great because it was just that awesome. And I sat in for the females and I sat in for the males. And this program that they put together, I bow to you all. I bow. Did I forget any other person?
Ms. Stewart.
And your Stewart. And sweetheart, my darling, everywhere I go, anywhere I go, anything we just did a toy drive, a Three Kings toy drive, and she was there because she knew all the individuals that we could have given these $100 gift certificates to. She was there. She was instrumental in allowing us to identify those individuals that she works with within the community, because we went everywhere throughout the island on Three Kings Day. So Anya, hi, sweetheart. Okay, so what I would like to, she's hold on one
There's
minute.
a lot of people on the phone.
Yeah, she's
There's a lot of
probably
phones in
on
the
mute. Yeah, but
So-
she's there. Thank you, Anya. So Miss, did I forget any other person?
No, I think Sarah Burke or Miss Lambert.
Okay.
will be calling you.
Okay, hopefully they will. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and then we will just, because this is just a gathering of brilliant minds.
Awesome.
Okay.
So, well, good afternoon to the radio audience. We'd like to, we are very grateful for this opportunity of the radio program today. Kudos to Captain Colbourne and Miss Jeanette, Miss John Batiste, Jeanette John Batiste, who invited us here. And so, yes, we are from the Department of Justice, Paternity and Child Support Division, the Access and Visitation Program. And we are so glad to be invited here today. Well, what is the Access and Visitation Program? I'm glad that you asked. The program is geared to provide services and facilitate support to non-custodial and custodial parents for them to have access to and visitation with their children. As you know, in our community here in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the program is territorial, that we do have a great need. Our children are crying out, families are crying out, and we are here to share the services that we provide along with our partners who are here with us, as well as those on the phone who you will be hearing from today. Our program is geared to encourage parents to have healthy communications with their children. We have seen that no matter what happens, whether it's divorce or separated, that we know that moms are gatekeepers, and it could be a positive connotation or negative connotation. One, to punish the father, to say, well, I'm going to punish you. You are not going to see your child or our child. And then we don't realize the impact that this have on children.
Mm-hmm.
We see that we have a problem, and that not only here in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but nationally. Statistics have shown 19.8 million children are without fathers, and that is nationally, which can 4 times serve the population of just children alone, just in California. So where are we and how can we help? Well, our services are free services. They're geared to parenting classes. You can have free parenting classes. We have services such as counseling services. Sometimes the age and the time that we're living in right now, and the mental health that we see that is just being very blatant. That people say, well, I don't need help, but people are crying out to help. We see suicidal. We see people just you even waiting in the car, waiting at the light. They're totally gone off. We've been impacted with COVID, and so we're here to let you know what the services we provide. So yes, we provide free counseling services. We also have free mediation services where your child may not be in the same home with you, but you would like to see your child, and we provide those services free of charge, mediation services. We also have safe drop-off and pick-up services where you may not want to see the other parent. A lot of parents feel that dropping off a child at the police station is good, but you have no idea the trauma that child is going through. They see a police officer, and police officers, is a sign of authority. And so where you think that they'll be happy to see you, all they can remember is a police with a gun. And they know that what a police officer should be, but you don't have to drop off the child at the police station. You can now drop off the child at the Family Resource Center, which they are partners with us. And in St. Croix, we have the Women Coalition, which is Dr. Clement Lewis, and then we have Anya Stewart and her staff. So we are here to help, and we have partners who are here with us that you will be able to hear from them. We also have a staff. We have our director, Catherine Jensen DeLugal, who was just promoted. Congratulations to her. And then we have our acting nominee, AG nominee, Ariel Smith, who, as you know, is going through the legislature. And her first step, we say congratulations to her. Currently, I have Miss Janice Thomas, who is with us. And also we have another staff. Her name is Dana Todman. So you can contact us at 775-3070. You can reach us. You can contact our office in St. Thomas and St. Croix, because we are territorial, and we'd be happy to hear from you. I'd just like to share some of our partners and some of our partners who are here. We have Dr. Susan Darrow McGrath from the UVI cell, Parent Inside Out facilitators Sarah Burke and Desiree Lambertis, who facilitate the Parent Inside Out program, where you will hear more about that program, which is a parenting program. Inspire BI, Bureau of Corrections. We have also our partners in the Office of the Governor, Department of Health MCH program, Department of Human Services, Office of Child Care and Regulatory Services, Department of Education, including parochial schools. We have Sports Park and Recreation, which we have done things with them to support our children during the summer. Again, Family Resource Center. We have Mr. Carlton Stevens, many of you may know him, who has been the facilitator as well as the president of the Mission Project, where we have a 12-week parenting class called the Fatherhood Buzz and the Mothers Matter program. The Mothers Matter program is a program geared to mothers understanding dads. And this also helps to provide support that you may not understand the father, because you may have some differences, but these programs are to help you to increase your parenting style and to also to create healthy relationships. We also partner with Jessica White, Uplift, and JW Behavioral Center. We have Sandra Garson, which you'll be hearing from her, Dr. Sandra Garson, who is a facilitator of a current parenting program, which is free, and you'll hear about that for mothers and fathers. We also reach out to faith-based. So if you are out there and like to partner with us, give us a call. We partnered with the First Baptist Haitian Church, where we had our first class, 51 graduates that completed 12-week certificate program. We had 150 persons participated at the Pastor Eloy's church out there across from Linquist Beach. It was a great success. And all those who speak Creole or Patois, they went through that class. And also we're getting ready to partner with all the Spanish churches in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We also partner with prison ministries, domestic violence, sexual assault, which many of you will know, DB-SAC, Aligned Community in St. Croix, Women Coalition in St. Croix, Senator Potter's Office, Salvation Army. And then for having fun with the kids, we had a Valentine's scoop with the family. We have partnered with Armstrong Ice Cream in St. Croix, Surveter Homemade Sorbet Homemade Ice Cream in St. Croix. And then in St. Thomas, we partnered with Scoops and Brew and Sunny Days Ice Cream in St. Thomas. And then in St. John, we don't forget you, because we are very connected with the administrator over in St. John, our Market Smoothies. And so these are just some of our partners, and many of you who are listening or have a business or nonprofit organization, if you would like to provide any of these services, please don't hesitate to contact. You can, the Access Visitation Coordinators would be very helpful and happy to hear from you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She said a mouthful.
Yes.
And the thing that stood out to me is when she talked about the different services and so on, because we know right here, when we're dealing with our community, especially when people have go through trauma, stress, and so forth, counseling is one of the things that we will suggest. But to get people to actually go and participate and take these programs to help their mindset, our people, for some reason, that stigma that I'm going to a psychiatrist or psychologist or someone to get counseling, they're going to think that I'm crazy. So that stigma keeps them away. And I always say this, and I spoke about this in many radio programs, that we have a lot of scars here. And I say all of us have scars.
Correct.
Some are small, some are larger than others. And the only way we could remove those scars is through counseling, it's through partnership, and it's to encourage our community to take advantage of these programs. So I'm so glad that you highlight these things, and I'm glad to see my good friend. She's a doctor now. Before she was just Susan, but she's a doctor now. So it's glad to see you guys, and it's a breath of fresh air to see you guys, and I'm glad to hear that you guys are providing all these services. And I want our community to be take a part in this stuff. And that's the only way we could heal.
That's right.
You know, we had too much things going on. We had a pandemic. We had the hurricanes. We approaching another hurricane season, and God knows what's next. But we have to be prepared.
That's right.
And mentally and physically, we got to be prepared, because our mental health situation is another issue of concern.
Yes, and one of the things that I like with this. One of the things that I like with this is that we have Desiree, Pastor Weeks, Chesterfield, we have tried, and we're doing a whole different way about getting people to be connected to the individuals that they need to sit down with. When we as officers, we go to cases, we will write down on a report, please go here. No, when we go and someone call us, or they call him, or they call me, we bring the person to them. And then after that, if they feel that they want to follow up, well, we bring the sources to you and have the individual speak to this person. And most of the times we find that when we do that, there's more of a follow-up versus we referring. Because as he say, the stigma and so forth. But when this individual actually sits down and talk to you, and you realize that this person is not a monster, this person is here to help you, and they're hearing everything that is offered to them, they're more receptive, and I see that. So again, we're gonna always be good partners, because we're gonna do what we gotta do to help our community.
That's right. And that one connection has led us to this room. That one connection.
Someone call.
We got a call. Yeah. Carla, welcome to the show.
Pleasant good evening. Happy Police Week.
Thank you. I forgot.
Yes.
You're
Been
welcome.
so
Y'all doing a good job. I'm a certified nurse assistant. We just celebrated our Nurses Week.
Yes, and congratulations on that week that you guys had to celebrate. Yes, Nurses Week as well.
Thank you, and be careful out there, my loved one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, good night.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, we've been so blessed to partner with Access and Enrollment, and I believe in divine timing and divine connection, and the fact that I'm in the room today with this group of beautiful people is a testament to that. So Officer Chesterfield and I go back 20 years to Charlotte Amalie High School, and we were working on the Longview program.
Exactly.
Yes, and he was taking students on field trips to the jail, to the morgue, all over, and to really show them the potential impact of incarceration and the path you don't want to go down. So it's an honor to be here. And that same day when we were at Oswald Harris Court at the wellness event, that's when I saw my now best friend here, Dr. Sharon Jackson McDonald, but we also go way back because our kids went to Sibley School together. Again, we're looking at 20 years ago now. I'm just so happy that we've all connected and our paths have converged here in support of our community.
Correct.
So all throughout April and a little bit into May we recognized Second Chance Month here in the Virgin Islands. The governor issued a proclamation. We recognized Second Chance Month. So Second Chance Month was started by Prison Fellowship many years ago and draws attention to the challenges that people who are incarcerated often face when they are coming out of prison. Anything from employment, getting access to children, housing, that's a huge barrier.
Correct.
Education, all of those different challenges that individuals face. So we were able to have several webinars throughout the month. And then in our last session, I really hope everyone gets a chance to check it out on the UVI Cell. Hi, I'm with UVI Cell, by the way, Suzanne McGrath, director for UVI Cell. But the website for UVI Cell, if you go on the Facebook page, you can look at the recordings of our webinars. And our last one was actually filmed live on St. Thomas within the correctional facility. Ms. Sierra Burke with Inspire VI was able to meet with 8 of our currently incarcerated parents and talk to them about the impact of the parenting program and what that has meant for them personally as a parent dealing with being incarcerated, maintaining that relationship with their child, and then planning for next steps. So please take a look at that. Also on Align Community Inc.'s Facebook page, we also have all the webinars there. I have to give a big shout out to Adrian Glenn, my partner there in all things reentry education. He's doing a tremendous job. Align Community Inc. is a Department of Labor partner. They do receive funding for supporting individuals who are coming out of prison and need one-on-one support. You need employment support, counseling, access to different services. Aligned Community is who to call. For our individuals who are in the education program who are currently incarcerated, we do offer through UVI-CEL and our partnership with the Bureau of Corrections a number of programs, including our high school program. So individuals can go to Penn Foster. They can also get their GED. They can do a number of career and technical education programs. Upon graduation, if that individual is still enrolled, they're then welcome to come onto the UVI campus, to the UVI-CEL offices, work with our staff, continue their education, and continue to realize their full potential, because that's what it's all about. We talk about being a community of second chances, realizing your full potential. That's why we're here. And I'm really honored to be joined by a good friend and colleague. I see Sharon. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yes, we're gonna let Ms. Defoe speak in a few minutes,
Okay.
but we also have the Women Coalition, which is Dr. Clemma Lewis, who has just received her honorary degree
Nice.
with the University of the Virgin Islands in St. Croix. And as you know, Dr. Lewis has been an advocate for families and women in domestic violence, sexual abuse. So we'd like her to be able to share with us. Are you there, Dr. Lewis?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Go right ahead.
Yes, the Women's Coalition in St. Croix has been in existence for 42 years, providing services to all crime victims 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. And we are very happy to partner with the visitation program with Dr. Sharon McDonald and her staff. We're excited about it because we get to see firsthand what happens to families and couples with children are caught in the middle. People start a relationship and they break up, and the kids are always the middle contention. Our program is to provide counseling services, support for families, try to do some mediation between the parents, to try to get them to understand the importance of co-parenting in a healthy manner, which is easier said than done. Because when people hurt, they get angry and they strike out, and the children are usually the ones that suffer the most. We also provide supervised visitation, because sometimes the custodial and the non-custodial parent have some issues with the court, and they're not allowed to see the child on their own. So our agency provides supervised visitation here on site, and we can do that on weekend and holidays as well, as long as we have advance notification. So we do supervised visitation. We do report back to the court. We do drop-offs and pickups. Sometimes we do mediation for the parents. They can drop them off, pick them up here, just spend time. And then when there's a bone of contention, if we have to call the police, we will call the police. We are very sensitive to if restraining orders are in place, if one parent feel unsafe with the other parent around, and also the impact it has on the child. So it's not as easy as just the parents having a supervised visitation. I would say 80% of our cases, the supervision is contentious, regardless if it's the custodial or the non-custodial parent. If we can just get our parents to understand and put the children's needs before theirs, and willing to work with each other after they get over the hurt and pain, then we wouldn't have so many problems when it comes to visitation, whether it's supervised, drop off, or pick up. We also offer parenting classes because a lot of our parents lack parenting skills as well. The parenting classes are offered to both parents, custodial and non-custodial. Again, if it's a contentious relationship, we'll put one in one class that will complete it, and then we'll put the other one in the other class. The good thing about the services, they don't have to pay anything. They just have to be respectful, follow the rules, and actually want the help. If they want the help, we're here to provide the services and the help to them. So we're hoping to get more of the court making referrals. Most of our referrals come from, most of our court majority of referrals come from either DHS, the Department of Human Services, or the court. We have gotten some supervised visits, referrals from the court as well. So we're open. We're just trying to make things safer and healthier for everybody involved, both parents and most importantly, the children.
Nice.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
Is there a number for your office that someone that might need your services can reach you guys?
Yes, they can call 340-773-9272, and they can ask for Dr. Lewis or the director. And if I'm not available, they can leave their name and number, and I will call them back. And our number is 773-9272. We open between the hours of 8:30 and 5, Monday through Fridays.
And we also have Dr. Catherine DeLugo on the line. And I would like Catherine DeLugo. Director. Okay. She is a U.S. Navy retired. She joined the Paternity, Child, and Support Division in April 2000 as an investigator. In that capacity, she was the first special agent to ever file federal charges for criminal non-support and receive convictions for that particular case she handled. Awesome. She left the agency in 2010 to pursue other interests, then returned back home to what she loves. As a member of the PCS, which is the Paternity Child Support Division program, as a specialist, which duties are focused primarily on supervision and compliance. In April of this year, following the untimely passing, and that saddened to everyone else as well, of the director last year, November, she was appointed the new director of PCSD. Her responsibility for day-to-day operation of the agency, policies, procedures, and the state plan compliance, among other things that she's in charge with. She's on the phone. And hello, Director, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm glad to be here.
Can you tell our listening audience the things that you do, the things that you make happen?
Well, been an agent for a significant period of time. Access and visitation is under the umbrella of Paternity and Child Support, and it's a separate grant that's awarded in support of programs within the child support agency. It has developed over the years. It's something that is a little bit more than what it used to be at its inception. It is an important part of our program at Paternity and Child Support, but it is administered by Ms. Jackson McDonald because it is a separate grant. So I kind of stay in the background today because I don't want people to confuse the program today with a child support questionnaire type program, so that the team there can get the mission and the message of access and visitation out to the public.
Thank you so much, Director Jensen DeLugo, for joining us today. And we also have Ms. Anya Stewart, who's another partner. And then we'll also be hearing from Dr. Sandra Garson, where she'll be telling you about what she's doing and one of the services she provides. Executive Director Anya Stewart from Family Resource Center.
So thank you, Dr. Sharon, for inviting us to talk about our partnership. We have been partnering with the visitation, the access and visitation paternity and child support for a few years, more than a few years, maybe over 5 years now. And it has been a success, I must say. Our social workers are doing an awesome job meeting the needs of our clients who are in dire need. And we all know that we are living in critical times, and all our programs are essential in our community. The more we work together, the more we will be able to accomplish, and it is essential to partner with each other because together we can make a big difference in our community. One of the examples of our visitation or home mediation is when a parent is only allowed to visit with their child under the supervision of another individual, such as a family member or it could be a social worker, but most of the time it's done at our offices or where we feel that the clients, especially the children, are in a safe environment. I would like Dr. McDonald was saying police station might not be the safest, but for me, I would say it's safe because you feel secure because the law is right at your how would I say? It's right on site.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything is about to happen, most of the time the parents are fussing with each other and it's always a fight. So having the police department or someone from the law to intervene would make a big difference. So I would say it is a good thing. It could be a positive thing and it could be a negative. But most of the time we use the negative and turn it into a positive. So I think we should just work around that and work together, come up with ideas that will help our children. Our children are being traumatized and we need to come up with ideas that will help them be in a better place than this time. Because for the past couple of weeks, we have been receiving all these calls with young females, especially young females who are being traumatized and their children are going through it and they are the ones who are more traumatized because of what they see their parents are going through with separation. It could be a divorce or they just cannot seem to get along with each other. But for the children's sake, we really have to put more emphasis on getting this help for our children. So let's continue to work together to make a difference in our community. And for further information, you can contact us on our hotline at 340-776-SPOP 776-7867. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I like what you said because the police station is open 24/7 and never closed. And we have the domestic violence unit, we have the juvenile bureau, we have a lot of entities that actually work. And with this program, we have individuals that will work with you all with what you're doing. So it's best, no matter how long the parent take to come to get the child, we're going to be right there with the child. Okay? So it's a good place to bring them because we shall never refuse them.
Right. Absolutely. And I concur with that yes, the police station is a safe place. We just wanted to reiterate that Family Resource Center and Women Coalition are also agencies where they provide safe drop-off and pick-up as well for the parents. Thank you very much for that. Our next person that we have is Dr. Thank you, Executive Director, Ms. Anya Stewart, and congratulations on you receiving your master's.
Her PhD.
Thank
Or
you.
your master's? Your
Yes.
master's or your PhD?
Her master's.
Her master's.
Nice.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So congratulations.
Wow. With all that you do, you had time for that too. Nice.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah. So she just graduated here in St. Thomas at UBI. So congratulations to you. And thank you for all that you're doing. We just also wanted to let you know for those families that speak Patois Creole, that Family Resource Center does. They do interpretation, translation. You may have received a document or would like visitation or mediation services, parenting, counseling. They also provide They also speak in Creole. They have Spanish. They interpreting for the Hispanics, and as well as the English language. So thank you all for all that you do. You have an amazing staff.
Did she provide her telephone number?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she
said
did?
776
Okay.
stop.
Okay.
Thank you. And then we have Dr. Susan Garcon. No, Dr. Sandra Garcon. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of S and Sandras and
Yay.
Susans here today. Hello, Dr. Garcon.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the privilege to just be among you amazing people. I'm so blessed to be here. Thank you.
And I would like to say Dr. Sandra Gasson has over 25 years of experience in the social service field, serving and strengthening families, organizations, and communities. Dr. Gasson provides psychotherapy, coaching, and consulting services to help individuals break that maladaptive behavioral patterns and heal through past trauma. Dr. Gasson passions are integrating faith into psychotherapy and working with churches and organizations to help them create and implement mental health and social service programs for their service. So thank you. I wanted to just get that out, and then I turn the floor over to you now, Dr. Gasson.
Good evening. Yes, thank you so much. It's been a privilege to be able to work with the Access and Visitation and Department of Justice. Last year, we had the privilege of creating for the Department of Justice their first parenting program to the Haitian community. It was a very effective program. It was entitled Creating Healthy Parental Relationships. And that was a 12-week virtual group that was assigned to help create healthy parental relationships to improve the safety and well-being of children by teaching these parents effective parenting skills and increasing dad's involvement in raising their children. And so this was in partnership with the First Haitian Baptist Church of St. Thomas, and we had about 80 participants, but 51 were able to commit to the entire 12-week group. So we were excited. Some of the topics that we discussed in the group tours dealing with setting the right atmosphere for effective co-parenting, understanding power and control within relationships, the mother's role in preventing healthy parental-child relationship, the cost of dad's absence, being the emotionally and healthy mother and father, address conflict resolution and how to develop mutual respect, and also how to set mutual disciplines and structures. Sometimes when there is a divorce or a separation, one set of instructions is done at home, and another set of instructions is done with dad versus mom, and the kids are navigating two sets of structures. So how to create a more mutual discipline structure for the kids, and how to identify their communication styles, their love language, and to create more quality time with both mom and dad, so to help keep the children safe. So it was an incredible program. I was privileged to write that program and also administer that program. And because of the success of that program, the department was able to fund 2 new programs. And these 2 programs come out of the National Fatherhood Initiative model. And we know that model is so effective in promoting dad's involvement in raising their children. So the 2 programs that we have, one is the 24/7 Dad Key Behaviors and Workshop. So this is a men's group, and it's designed to help fathers develop sets of behaviors that's going to help them become better fathers, and develop and apply these skills that's going to help promote self-awareness, how to care for their own selves and improve their fathering skills, their relationship skills. And so these skills, this program is designed to really help fathers reflect on his role in the family and how to also to address healthy masculinity and ways to build and maintain good relationship with mom to ensure the safety and well-being of their children. That program actually launches tomorrow night at 7 on Zoom. And so I will get you guys some information, and I'll give you the Zoom link for that. It's 824. The meeting ID is 824 68 31 93 37, and the passcode is 084646. So the second group that actually launches tonight in 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to get off in a few moments, is the women's group entitled Understanding That. And so this unique program helps mothers improve their relationships with the fathers of their children for the benefit of their children to address co-parenting and paternity issues. It also helps mothers to become more knowledgeable, aware, confident, and skillful in engaging in co-parenting, and allow mothers the space to reflect on how their own developmental histories and relational histories have impacted or can impact their relationship with their children's fathers and their own parenting. And so we're very excited for that. And that meeting ID tonight is 896-4574-2898, and the passcode is 380089. And so for anyone who's listening, any of the listeners who is listening, you can reach out to me. You can email me, Sandra Garcon Dejerville. It's SANDRA. Garcon is GARCONDEGERVILLE @gmail.com. I know it's a mouthful, but you'll be so blessed if you can follow. And so I'm very excited for these two programs. The Mothers Group launches tonight at 7 p.m. and the Fathers Group launches tomorrow at 7 p.m. And both of these programs are going to be in English and Haitian Creole.
Nice.
So please hop on and be a part of this group. It's going to really impact you and improve your parenting. And so I'm very blessed again to work with the Department of Justice and the Access and Visitation and Dr. Sharon and her entire team to put these two programs together.
Thank you so much. And our listening audience, I'm telling you, log on. It will help. It's a lot of good information and it's all free. So log on. Thank you.
So, Dr. Susan, let's talk about what's happening with UVI and BOC, Bureau of Corrections. Some great things are happening.
Yes, absolutely. So we've been working with the Bureau of Corrections over the past 4 years.
Yes.
And then over the past 3 years, we've been heads down providing reentry and in-facility education services. We do have a reentry action group. We meet on the third Friday of each month without fail, 9 a.m. If you're interested in joining us, and we have participants from the community, faith-based organizations, our agency partners, from all across the territory and in the States. Reentry-friendly employers join. We know we have so many needs here, so if you'd like to join the Reentry Action Group, please, you can email cell, C-E-L-L, @uvi.edu. So again, you can email cell, C-E-L-L, @uvi.edu. I'll also give you my cell phone number. If you want to shoot me a text, then I can forward you the invitation for that meeting. It's 340-626-3191. Again, you can email me, Dr. Suzanne McGrath, UVI Cell Director, at 340-626-3191. You can text me first, and then I'll be able to know who's calling, and I can get you connected. But I am very, very pleased to share that we have a guest here in the studio, one of my colleagues and graduates of the Parenting Inside Out program, Miss Aretha Defoe. Thank you so much for joining us here in the studio today. Ms. Defoe, we would just love to hear from you and hear about what your experience was like going through the Parenting Inside Out program, and how do you feel that's helped you now that you're no longer at the BOC, but you're interacting with your daughter, handling day-to-day challenges. But how has your experience been?
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Aretha Defoe. First, I'd like to take the time to say thank God first, and also thank you, Dr. LaRosse, because when you ask God for something, it comes not the way you want it, but it comes a different way. And being a BOC, Ms. Russell told me join this class, which I was getting out, which I don't think I needed it, but I needed it. Anyway, I was about to get out, caught another case, and here it is. I got my baby out from there. They wanted, she would be in foster home in DC. But anyway, I got her down here. And I still have Miss Lombardis and Miss Burke. I have Miss Chesterfield, Miss Mason, and right now I have a 14-year-old. And to be honest, that parenthood class, yes. Being incarcerated for a year and a half, I was on cocaine, everything. I sent her to my daughter. Right now, whether or not you picked up this class in there, the class still help you out here when you are out. Because I need them right now. Right now, as I'm speaking, Miss Lombardis and Miss Burke is helping me through with Mr. Payne and Mr. Walwood right now in Human Services. Because I need that help right now to help her. We got her in private school at St. Peter St. Paul, where it's a smaller environment, so it can help her. You know what I'm saying? And she need that help. And I would like to say, I thank God for it. And you came right on time, Dr. McGrath, when you text me today. So I'd like to say thank you.
Well, I love you. I'm so proud of you. And not only did you graduate from the Parenting Inside Out class, you also earned your certification in medical billing and coding while you were there. So she's dedicated, passionate, and committed now to taking good care of her daughter and doing what she has to do. And that means reaching out and asking for help. I hope everyone heard that. You know, and I appreciate your vulnerability and you're sharing that with everybody. Because
your transparency.
Yeah, your transparency in sharing.
You're helping someone
You are
else.
helping other people. And I thank God that it was Dr. Jackson McDonald who said, check on Miss Defoe, see if she can come tonight. I texted you. So guess what? It's all of us. We talked about divine intervention, divine timing. Came right on time for us to get together. But I'm so proud of you. So if there's maybe one of the biggest lessons you learned from the Parenting Inside Out program, one of your biggest takeaways, what would that be?
Don't never give up on anything, though. Never. When something come at you, don't just put it aside, because you never know when you're going to need it. Because I sure do need it.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
And so we're so grateful for the partnership. And this is why it's, you know, as Mr. Chesterfield was sharing about the counseling and opening up, because a lot of times you just don't know where your blessings are coming, right?
Exactly.
And here it is. Your counselor said, join the parenting class. And the parenting class was a connection with UVI. UVI connected with the VI Inspire, which is Miss Burke and Miss Lombardis, who went in and coordinated the service along with Bureau of Corrections. We want to thank the director, Ms. Testamark, as well as Mr. Peter Abraham out of St. Croix. And through that class, you are sitting here sharing your testimony of what, by stepping up and not allowing fear to conquer you, but you stepped in, and here it is now. You are making a difference back into society through the re-entry program of the Parent Inside Out program. Yes, so we are very grateful. We're very grateful for the facilitators, Miss Sarah Burke, as well as Miss Lombardis and Miss Russell, and all those who are working at Bureau of Corrections. We are very grateful for the cooperation. And I believe there's an upcoming graduation coming up for them as well, right?
Yes. So we're preparing for our second cohort of graduation from the parenting program. Then we also have our large, both high school and career technical education program coming up in June. And if you're on the Reentry Action Group, you're going to get to see those sessions where we live stream through Zoom. We have separate graduation sessions for both St. Thomas and St. Croix. We are working to get the parenting program on St. Croix. That's something we still need to get in place because we know it's a need. We've seen just tremendous impacts, and I really have to thank Sierra Burke and Miss Lambertus because they truly understand what wraparound services are. Because of their Miss Lambertus with the VIPD, Miss Burke with Department of Human Services, they have access to tools and to resources that can ensure that people get connected to getting their SNAP information, employment services, letters, ID cards, Mr. Phone can tell you, furniture, whatever might be needed. You know, we pull together as a community to help one another. And that's the beauty of what we've been able to do together here, starting with Parenting Inside Out. So,
okay, one thing I got from this, after going to corrections and seeing what Sierra Burke and Ms. Lambertus provides to you all, it's that they understand as well that when, and you said it, when you exit, they're still there to ensure and follow up to see what are the things that is hindering you or the little bumps and how they can assist you. Because at the end of the day, this program is here for you to be successful. And I love it. So I have to tell every last one of the guests, every last one of you who is our testimonial individual that it does work. It does work. As I say, 35 years in the police department, this is one of the things that is key, is to, we all can do wrong, but the community has to be able to accept us when we return and don't close the door. Okay? And with this program, it helps you to prepare, and then and the whole program is going to ensure that you succeed. So these are the kind of things I love to talk about. You understand?
I also like to add that even through the parenting program is increasing your time with your child. And here it is now that through that support services that you receive, now you and your daughter are now united. United together. And, you know, we're very,
I want to
happy.
go a step further because what I listened to tonight is awesome. And, you know, we talk about this stuff. I mean, I don't talk about this all the time. I'm talking about believing in oneself and how we could rejuvenate. And don't mind, sometimes we make a mistake. Just learn from it. It's not the end of the road, but it's just a learning process. That's how life is. We all going to experience it. Because if we just do everything correct, then there's nothing to experience. So whatever the journey takes us in life, we learn from it and we write a book about it. And you have a book, and I appreciate that book that you have. But this is what I want you guys to do if you could do this. Because this information is so important, but we need to reach the people that really need it. Because oftentimes we come on the radio platform and we talk about this stuff, and the people that is listening is not the one that really in need of these services. We need to go into these communities that you will see it more prevalent in these communities. We have a lot of broken homes, and I talk about the scars. I talk about the dysfunction within the home structure that plagues in the community. It ends up in the schools. We know the schools. You hear me? I used to use the term, the school is the community is the school. And it's a reason for the same thing with the police department. The police department is only as strong as the community. And so this and all is a partnership, but we have to reach out to those communities that more crying out for this service. And these services that you guys talk about, man, I felt your passion. You guys never make me start to cry, but we got to go because of time. But man, don't cry. We don't cry. We don't cry in front of women.
And you're not a punk because you cry.
We don't cry in front of women. We don't cry when we're in the bedroom by ourselves. But we got to show that masculinity. But again, and on behalf of the police department and Ella and you and what we do here every Monday it's really important to reach out to this community and all the community and anyone that could hear our voice, because we also on the internet that we also sharing this information to the world. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Hands up.
Yes,
man.
kudos.
Good job to all of you guys who do this.
So we're gonna see you in Curran Terrace. We have another wellness coming
All right,
up. So I'm gonna
awesome.
send all that information out to you
Great,
so that
great,
we can do
great.
what we gotta do.
Great.
So I thank you all so much for being here. And he said
Thank
it all,
you.
and I'm not gonna repeat it again because my partner said it all. So thank you. The
Yes.
time is there. So the listening audience, I hope everything that we brought across to you. There's numbers, contact numbers. Again, we do this because we care.
That's right.
Okay? This is what we are supposed to do, and we will continue to do it every Monday, 6 p.m.
Awesome.
Okay.
Very
Yes.
good.
And again, on behalf of the Virgin Police Department, we want to thank you for tuning in again to another edition of The Police, The Law and You. We're here every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Catch us live here on Lucky 1340, the People's Station. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that was